Think back to your first day of college, or first week for that matter. Did you have any preconceived ideas for how it should go? Depending on the school you attend, there are a vast number of experiences you could have had. For some, it could have involved a rather reckless week consisting of potentially dangerous games and activities. Orientation week, known by students as O Week or Freshers Week, is a time to grow accustomed to the college lifestyle at many universities around the country. A popular drinking game known as Edward 40 Hands entails duct taping a 40-ounce bottle of alcohol to each player's hand. The player may not remove the tape until the drinks have been consumed, even if the player vomits. In any other setting, engaging in such behavior would be downright insanity, but university culture has embraced it. So where are these students getting these motives? What could possibly be the incentive? How about the media? Can it influence and support the idea that the normal college experience pertains to radical activities, such as substance abuse and party culture? Let's first label the behavior being referred to with a statistic. As claimed in a study by the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, almost 53% of full-time college students aged 18 to 22 drank alcohol within the last month, and about 33% engaged in binge drinking during the same time frame. For the purpose of this survey, binge drinking was defined as consuming 5 drinks or more on one occasion for males and 4 drinks or more for females in a 2-hour time frame. However, some college students drink at least twice that amount, a behavior that is often called high-intensity drinking. Moving on to the influence that the media, specifically social media that is more immediate and versatile, has on its young viewers. According to a 2015 study by the Washington Post, teens are spending more than one-third of their days using media such as online video or music, nearly 9 hours on average. Additionally, the Marymount University Publishing Committee, the Banner, conducted a study on the effects of social media and technology on college students. In an interview with freshman Juliana Carfaro, she said, "On average, I probably spend about 5 hours a day on my various social media accounts. If I have a question, I can turn my phone on and look up my question to find the answer." Here we can establish that the media encompasses the lives of young generations, and sustained and continuous media stimulation is enough to influence behavior. So what kind of content do we see? Alcohol marketing and advertising has moved almost completely online in recent years. The Journal of American College Health conducted a study of 673 public and private students and asked them to complete an online survey to measure their exposure to social and online media generally, as well as their alcohol-related digital media and alcohol use. The results indicated a strong association between the two, meaning that these advertising schemes play a role in alcohol consumption. Advertising is one of many mediums used to target adolescents and college-age consumers. Oftentimes, they will get help from social media. Young viewers are exposed to and display pro-alcohol messages and images through online portrayals of drinking on personal pages, as well as unregulated alcohol marketing on social media sites. Such online displays of alcohol behavior have been correlated with offline alcohol behavior and risky drinking, according to Dr. Megan Moreno from the U.S. National Library of Medicine. So photos of themed drinking night at house parties, tweets about the top 5 best cures to a hangover, and TikToks of young college students making jungle juice are all behaviors that have this potential to spread like wildfire across various social media platforms. But is that enough to prove that social media is pulling the strings in recent years? The last and arguably most influential media outlets supporting the party scene at many universities are the movie and music industries. Popular artists such as Mac Miller and his hit songs revolving around parties encapsulate a very specific definition of fun that adheres to young listeners. Movies will also not hesitate to include such behavior because they believe it will attract younger audiences, which in turn exposes young viewers to content they now deem acceptable. This relationship between content out and behavior in is what might possibly be the factor that is progressing this type of culture. Movies such as Project X and Neighbors are the frontrunners in this industry, portraying the events and characteristics of the best possible party Hollywood can conjure up. The Oxford Academic Medical Council on Alcohol found an association between the exposure to movie alcohol portrayals and increased risk of initiation of alcohol use in a sample of 2,406 adolescents. On the contrary, a similar study of parental restrictions on movie and alcohol showed that parental movie restrictions were associated with lower risk of drinking. Put simply, exposure to binge drinking and partying movies and music are yet another way for excessive alcohol consumption and drinking culture to take place. The big so what is actually quite simple. There are countless harmful consequences of binge drinking and underage drinking. Their actions have the potential of hurting themselves, their families, and college communities they live within. The first risk is death. The most recent statistics from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism estimate that 1,519 college students die from alcohol-related unintentional injuries, most being vehicle crashes. Other consequences including assault. Additional NIAAA statistics estimate that roughly 700,000 students are assaulted by another student who has been drinking, and about 97,000 report experiencing alcohol-related sexual assault or date rape. Academically, 1 in 4 college students report consisting absences from class. In a national survey, college students who binge drank alcohol at least 3 times per week were roughly 6 times more likely to perform poorly on a test or project as a result of drinking. The students who binge drank were also 5 times more likely to have missed a class. Other consequences include suicide attempts, health problems, injuries, unsafe sexual behavior, vandalism, destruction of public property, and unnecessary involvement with the police. Of course, these statistics can apply to all demographics of people, but college acts similar to a gateway period in which drug and alcohol use is deemed acceptable. This can lead to a lifestyle of substance abuse and sexual misconduct before the student receives the chance to allow their frontal cortex to fully develop and mature. The combination of a growing connection between media and its young users, along with influential marketing and societal pressures, exploits a clear-cut cause and effect relationship between college culture and substance abuse. The impact that media has on college culture is clearly rooted in negative manipulation and pressure to enjoy the 4 years while you still have them. The issue we have with reverting the college mission back towards academics is that it requires all universities across the country to act in unison, but that isn't likely. Now we look to the media. How does one go about implementing policies within the film and music industries or restraining people of the content they can post to the public? This would violate the First Amendment. The best solution at this moment would be to use the media to educate high school and college students on the measures they can take to ensure that they are being safe and respectful to themselves, others, and the property around them. As reported by the Rutgers Center of Alcohol Studies, only one major media campaign has focused on policy advocacy to reduce college student drinking. They believe that future campaigns should integrate information, social norms marketing, and advocacy approaches to create a climate of support for institutional, community, and policy changes that will alter the environment in which students can make decisions about their alcohol consumption. Targeting social media advertisements that are popular with young audiences, including TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, would be a great way to start. Substance abuse in college-age kids is a widespread controversy that not only can't be stopped, but is being supported by its own consumers. The good news is that just as social media has played a role in spreading this culture, it can also play a role in informing or even reversing its effects. Anyone can play a role in these statistics. It is only a matter of what side they want to be on.